Hello and welcome to the Godmother podcast. I am the Godmother and I am so glad that you have joined us today. For those of you who are new, who is the Godmother? As I said before, I am. And what does that mean? It means that I am here to bring you nourishment for your mind, body, and soul. What does that look like? That looks like uplifting, inspiring, encouraging, motivating individuals with love, compassion, concern, understanding, respect, support that they might not just be getting. And I bring this with topics, conversations, communication, dialogue, and subjects of individuality, family and home, occupation, education, and community. Now, you are more than welcome to receive what you want to receive. And if this is not for you, just leave it. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a certified or a licensed professional. I am an individual who have testimonies that is sharing with you. You can leave it or take it. Either or. None but love. If you are new, thank you for coming. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. It'll be greatly appreciated. To my returners, mwah, 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 mwah. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. For those of you who are new, in addition to me being the godmother and having the Godmother podcast, I am an artist, an author, an event planner, and a motivational speaker. Now, when it comes to my artistry, you can access my art on my website, and my website link is available in my bio on YouTube. My email is there as well. If you have any problem retrieving it, email me and I will absolutely send you the link to my website. My website has my art on it. You can access and see my art, and I am making customized art pieces at this moment. So trust me, let me know when you are ready, and I'm going to give you that desired piece that you're waiting for. You can also view my work on Pinterest under Creative Productions. And if you look at my bio, Creative Productions is with a K. Kryative. Creative Productions. And you can access my page on Pinterest under that name. As well, I have a page on Instagram. Same thing, Creative Productions on Instagram. If you want to see some of my work. When it comes to me being an author, I have publications that are available on Amazon. You can access them. My links, once again, are available in my bio. If you have problem with the links, please just email me and I will send you the link. I have a fiction book. I have a self-help book. I have several journals and a family story book. The self-help book is a book that basically gives you a guideline to be able to figure out what it is that you want to do with your life, start creating goals and moving toward them. The fiction book is a story of resilience, challenges, and obstacles that took a woman, a female, from a young girl to a woman, despite the challenges and obstacles that she faced. It is a very inspiring story. Please, encourage you to check it out. It is called Lady and the Triumph. Lady and the Triumph. And that's Triumph. It is accessible on Amazon. In addition to my fiction book, as well as my self-help book, I have published several journals. I have a Triple Moon Goddess 3-piece set that would cover the entire year, with each volume 1, 2, 3 would cover 4 months of the year. If you are familiar, my spiritual community with the Triple Moon Goddess, then you know where I'm going with this. The good things about my journals is that they're timeless. They are no years on them, so you can actually use them whenever. You purchase them in 26, you don't have to use them in 26. You might not want to use them to 28. Your decision. Also, they're not just blank pages inside. There's actually prompted entries for you to be able to record information and data and then be able to go back and review it for your own benefit. And then it can also be passed down just like a diary. So I encourage you to check it out on um, Amazon. It is Triple Moon Goddess Journal and Daily Grace Journal. In addition to those, I have a family book. It's called Our Family Story. Many of us gather around with families and we just do not know or do not have information in regards to our family lineage. This gives us a way to start tracking it. So the next time you go to one of your family get-togethers, you get each one of your family members to be able to add their information in the page, and you pass that down to the generation. It gives a lot of prompted entries so that you can have the basis of each family member, and it can be an amazing heirloom to be kept in the family. And you can also access that on Amazon. It is called Our Family Story. I really appreciate any support that you give, and I, man, encourage you. Go check out my books. Grab your copies. You know what I mean? Just not for the sake of supporting me, but you can use these from inspiration to actually just having family history available to you. So for you all that know, I bring these videos stemmed around conversations, dialogue, communications, knowledge, information, whatever the case is. And we're going to really talk about community today. And the community, in a sense, to where is that I'm not sure where all of y'all at, but I stay in an area. I stay in Chicago. So I stay in an area. And one of the things that I want to talk about today is the thing that I actually get complimented on quite often. And that is my smile. I get it a lot. And I'm always smiling when I feel like smiling. I got, a few bitch faces too, but nevertheless, the topic and what we're going to title this video is the power of a smile. If anybody knows what I mean by that, then you'll know the power of a smile. So I got us a starter question to be able to get this conversation going. And the question is, how does making eye contact and smiling with a stranger change a neighborhood? Let me say that again. How does making contact and smiling at a stranger change a neighborhood? Well, before I answer that question, I'm gonna say this. I stay in an area to where it's not really high poverty level. At the same time, there's not a lot of my community in the area. There's diverse cultures, but not a lot of my community. For example, I am an African American female, but at the same time, there are Africans, Nigerians, Ghanaians, Eritreans, all these different type of Africans that are here, but it's not a lot of my community up here. But this community, I think I can count maybe one blank lot, one vacant lot, and that's for sale. I actually was, doing some research to find out about it. Anyway, another video. But overall, it's a pretty progressive community. Now, there's a few shelters in this community, and I see many women that come out of there. And I could see them when they walk and they have their head down, or they could just, it's like they look gone in the face. Because of who I am, and with what the videos I do, I'm the type of person who is that I'm such an empath strong that I feel people's energy. And you don't even have to tell me what your story is. I can feel you. I mean, I'm not here to debate for you to believe what I'm saying, but I know. But I have felt that I have changed the trajectory of a person's day just by being able to get them to smile because they looked at me and I smiled at them and they smiled back. And you know what? I have this thing, and anybody that knows me knows. Most of the time, I'm calling people beautiful. Hello, beautiful. And you can say, like, well, thank you. You are so welcome, gorgeous. Oh, thank you. But no problem. It don't cost nothing. And to be honest, it makes me feel good. So the question again is, how does making eye contact and smiling at a stranger change a neighborhood? It bring forth and put out that type of energy in the neighborhood to where it's that it'll flow around, and before you know it, we'll feel that harmony in the air. That is how I feel. You don't know what nobody going through, but just a simple smile as you crossing paths, you don't even know that that could have been what just changed this individual's decision to say, I'm done. It's a lot of people that draw to my energy in my neighborhood. I give out hugs. You know what I'm saying? I hold hands. I have cried because I've been in some of those situations. And I am so called on through my heart, through my gut, through my soul to do the work that I'm doing because I know how it feels to just feel like you're hopeless. You're afraid to tell what you're going through because, man, you don't want nobody to judge you. But then you walking down the street and you holding all this stuff on you. You're carrying it. You're going through hell. You don't know why you're going through all this stuff. Man, this is not how life's supposed to be. And you pass me and I look and I say, hello, beautiful. And you look at me and you say, hello. And then I say, I made you smile. And then they smile again. Yes, life is hard. Those freaking sucker punches kicks your ass with no remorse. And on the same playing level, it's beautiful, amazing, blessed opportunity to be amongst. But to just give a smile wouldn't hurt at all. I've had people do it to me. And I've had individuals, I mean, at one point, I used to be like, and it was many men. They would be like, why you look like that? I'm like, what you talking about? I'm like, I bet you ain't got to look like that. It was like, smile. You get on my nerves. Like, I knew it. And I'm like, what? They'd be like, why do you do it? So you see with my eyebrows. That's how people know what? Who you talking to? But then it's very few people who know how to get me out of that energy and back into this energy. That's that INFJ energy. If you know what that is. Anyway, that's a whole nother video too. But I do love to smile and I love to be able to smile. I love smiling at other people that I know is going to be able to receive it and feel good. Now I have to be careful because sometimes y'all men take it too far. Y'all think I'm smiling saying, hey boo, I'm not, no, hello, how you doing, baby? Go ahead on. Sometimes you just say hi and they think you saying, hey, what's up, what's up, I'm just saying hello. But that doesn't mean we don't need to smile. Some people have even asked me, how do you do it? I've been through enough to where it's that I'm so thankful and grateful. That's literally when people say, I've heard people say, you finna have me start saying it. You know, we get this cliche greeting. Hello, how are you? I am thankful and grateful. How are you? And then they say, wait, you know what? I like that. I said, it's the truth. It might not be a good day. Might not be a great day. But it's definitely a day that you could be thankful and grateful for something. energy because I promise you, I'm always thankful and grateful. And that's what makes me smile. I know where I've been. I do. And because I know where I've been, I know where I am. If that is not nothing to smile about, my testimonies are true. And I'm still here. And I'm thankful and grateful. And I know it's a lot of people, and I've seen it. What's interesting is that even though that this is a very progressive community and is not really high in poverty, we have an excessive amount of homelessness out here, right? And the reason why I say, I know you'll be like, well, how does that make sense? Okay, the developments, we don't have empty vacant lots. We have developments overlapping developments. There are developments out here. The truth of the matter is that it's strictly, to me, catered to a specific financial class and status. I'm not the one to get off into the, politics. It's just that I know that's a game that I don't want to be in. But I want to be able to help with the problem that I see that is happening. So I do feel like that there is a low percentage of self-esteem out here that individuals really believe that they can do better for themselves. And then I look at the organizations and the agencies and I question the programs that they have. What are the objectives here? Is the objective to still have them as a participant to be able to get funding for them? Or is the objective to be able to get them to self-sufficient to be able to say, man, let's do something different? I don't know, right? But I know that there's a lot of pain and suffering out here because you feel it. You don't see the smile. And I've heard them say, what's the smile at? And you know what my response is? You're breathing. That ain't enough. It was a quote that went, many people went to bed last night, but everybody didn't get up this morning. So when you own that wake up, you're like, whew, got another one. Thank you, man. Gave me one more again. One more again. Thank you. That's not enough to smile for. But then that goes back to the mindset. If a person doesn't think like that, they don't feel that. So, I don't have that opportunity in that moment to just teach them, pass them by. I need you to build up your confidence. No. But what I do is I offer them that smile and they feel that energy. I come across so many things. If I see a person more than once or twice, it's like my spirit is talking to me. You got to do something for them, right? I may have some old clothes. I may have a bag. I may have a coat. I may have some shoes, something. Spirit talks to me and say, pass it to him. And you know what I tell him? If you're not able to use it, pass it to someone else. And that do help me because a lot of times I be wanting to tell them, come on in, you want to lay here in my house and this and that. But I had to create my boundaries on that because I'm not able to save everybody. But what I can do is that I can actively help with the problem that's going on by being able to be there for one at a time as I can. And in some cases, it's just a smile. How is your community? Do you get a lot of smiles? Like I even noticed some people. So on the side of Chicago, you have South Side and North Side. And I feel like that on the South Side, you don't have an excessive amount of, well, when I was out there. So I didn't feel like there was an excessive amount of greetings like you have on the North Side. But the same token is that people know how to be cordial. I also noticed that on buses on the North Side, you don't have as much verbal activity, where is it that you have it on the South Side, where is it that it's a lot of people talking or whatever. So I noticed on the North Side, it's like you have people, everybody on their phones. Everybody on their phones. They just looking at my phones. And I promise you, I be on the bus sometimes and I be thinking, y'all remember that movie Speed? Speed? I said, I wonder if something happened and we all had to be on the bus, will we talk to one another? And the crazy part is that that's how we do. You know, I give eye contact. I'm always looking. So if you're passing me in passing, I'm going to look at you. And if you look at me in my eye, I'm going to speak. Hello. Hello. Have a good day. You too. It doesn't cost you anything, but that energy is such harmonious that why not want to put that out into the energy? And the thing is this is that I notice I do get more of that in passing when we're walking, but on public transportation, you don't really get it. Everybody just is on their own. And I remember one particular day I got on the bus and it was a full bus. And I just was amazed at how silent it was. Wow. And you could see everybody was just on their devices, on their phones, or had headphones, whatever. And so as I got up, I told the bus driver, I said, you have an amazing day on purpose. She was like, oh my goodness, thank you. You are so welcome. Then I turned to everybody on the bus. I said, and everybody on this bus, have an amazing day on purpose. And it was like 3 or 4 was like, thank you. I will the same to you. I said, receive. We need more of that energy, not just in our neighborhoods. We need it in the world. I challenge you with something, right? And this is part of the oral activity. I challenge you to commit out loud to smiling to at least 3 people you see in your neighborhood. It could be today or tomorrow. I'm going to give you 24 hours, right? 24 hours. From the time you see this video, 24 hours. That I challenge you to commit to commit out loud that I'm going to smile warmly at the first 3 people I see when I go outside. And you do it to where is it that you just want to create this type of harmony that we put into society. The smile is powerful. It is powerful. And I know if I was to sit here and ask you all, can you name some things that will make you smile? If you're smiling already, you see what I mean? And we don't think about that. And the power of a smile, especially within our community, just think about the energy that brings. Now I'm going to tell you something. And it's just me. And it's just me because somebody told me today, say, you enjoying this weather today? I said, why not? Why not? Now, trust me, I get angry. I get mad. I get mean. I'm human. But I like to smile. Because it's medicinal. It's healthy. It helps. It makes you feel good. It makes me laugh. And I wonder how many things you can name that'll make you smile. You know what I did? Because I was thinking about it. And I didn't realize that, that could possibly be, what I'm saying, some type of, what I'm saying, list or whatever. But well, I'm going to go by this list. But real quick, I want to go back to the question. Going back to how does making eye contact and smiling at a stranger change a neighborhood? Like I said before, it's the harmony and the energy that we put out into the community in that air. And if it's not there, that energy can be felt. Like you look at these places and they look like ghost towns, it look like every other piece of land is just a vacant lot because that's representation of the energy that's in that community. Neighbors don't even want to communicate with one another, don't even want to greet one another no more. What happened? Is it just the fact that you don't like being in the community? Or is it the fact that you're just going through all of this that's what's going on in your life that you just have no reason to smile or feel good? It could be both. But until you address whatever that is, you're going to forever feel like that. And walking around with that low vibrational energy of not feeling good, that becomes heavy. And wait can become sickening, diseasing. I definitely am going to commit to smiling more at people. And the thing is, this is that I need that and they need that too. Knowing that you have that energy and you could just brighten up somebody's day, that's enough motivation and inspiration that I feel to be it. And also the fact that you have the opportunity to possibly change somebody's day from the worst to the best just by you giving them the smile. I feel like that is how that can change a neighborhood. One person at a time. What I did is I did some research and I decided to pull up a list of things that make you smile. So I want us to do some practicing. And we're going to do some practicing because we're going to be able to go out into our community and we're going to be giving some smiles, right? We're going to be looking people in the eyes and we're going to be smiling. You know why? We're going to raise the vibration of the area we live in. We might not be able to move nowhere right now. But we got to stay in this neighborhood and we got to stay in this. We can even do apartment buildings. If it's just your apartment, start with your apartment building then. Do you even speak to your neighbors? Do you smile at your neighbors? We got to do better, y'all. And yes, we know that there are some individuals out here who have the worst neighbors ever. Start planting that seed and watering it to be able to change that. We've seen TV shows, movies, and then real situations and stories that show how a lot of time we just perceive what someone is, but we really don't know until we get to know them. But start small, smiling every day. How you doing? You doing all right? All right. You have a great day. You don't got to be intrusive. You could just be letting it be known that, hey, I'm being cordial, but I'm also being casually nice without being overstepping. We all got to live here. So we don't have to be mean to one another because we pass it. No. Good day. Good day. It's not hard. Try it. You'll like it. I enjoy doing it. And I feel good. I would like to see more of our people doing it. And when our people conjoin with me, because where I stay is not a lot of my people, but when I come in contact with my people, we normally sit and we have conversations for hours just dialoguing together. But we embrace one another, and we were just sitting a bit talking like there's not a lot of places for us to go do that. I'm working on it. I do need help. That's another story too. But nevertheless, we see one another in passing and we take our time to, give one another our time and enjoy one another during that time. So I actually did some research and I pulled up what is called, I will tell you how many reasons, but it's some reasons to smile. So you could tell, you know what, I'm going to do half of the list and then you could tell by what it is that I say if that makes me feel good based off of my smile. So let's see. Tiny newborn baby feet. Oh my goodness. Who doesn't love newborn baby feet? Aren't they the cutest? The cutest. An infant's laugh. Now, when you get an infant to laugh and even smile, that brings smile and joy over your face. You be like, oh, well, we say the angels are playing with them. The angels are playing with them. Puppy kisses. I love dogs. So puppy kisses is right up my alley. And the thing is, this is that I want one so bad. I just want to be able to make sure that I responsibly am able to tend to my dog because I want me a female and I don't want to get them spayed. I don't want to get them neutered where she's not able to have children. But I want to be able to make sure I tend to her and her children. It's a lot of responsibility and I'm not there yet. So what I do is I enjoy them. people have opportunities to go to pet shops and just be able to enjoy pets, but then you have friends with pets. And when those pets love you, you enjoy them and love them back. Just like a purring cat. So a cat and a dog, oh my goodness. Animals just navigate to me. I be walking down the street fussing at the birds, telling them to stop fighting one another. A beautiful flower, always. The smell of a home cooked meal. Hello, I'm ready to eat. You hear me? A thank you card in the mail and an email from an old friend. Okay. Witnessing an act of kindness. A sunny day and a rainbow in the sky. Yes, the rainbow, absolutely. I definitely smile at rainbows. The sounds of birds singing. I hear them so much, not saying that they just don't make me smile. I hear them, they're soothing, but it's not necessarily like I'm going to just, smile. Catching your favorite song on the radio. Yes. Hello. Catching your favorite movie on TV. Yes. Now I ain't gonna lie. That dude be like, what? Yeah, hello. Lunch with an old friend. Of course. Of course. Enjoying a quiet cup of coffee. That's another soothing thing. So, I'm not bitch faced, but I'm not just gleaming with joy. Watching a bird build a nest. I have not ever done it. Wow. Wow. Just thinking about it, I would love to do that. Okay. A clean kitchen. It, that's the only thing that's going to happen here. I'm just saying. New bath towels and new bed sheets and a warm shower. Hello, yes. A rain on a hot day? No, not really for me, but okay. A cool swimming pool? Yes. But depends if it's like when I'm getting in, I got to get adjusted to it first, right? It's gonna soothe me, but it's still gonna be cool. The sound of a creek running. Okay, interesting. That's more tranquil. Okay. The curiosity of a child. Yes, it does. It is amazing to me how their little brains work. The smile of a stranger. Yes, which is what we talking about here. You know your challenge. You heard what I said. You better do it. A funny meme. Finding an old photo, enjoying a favorite snack. Smiling at your health in a blessed way. The health of your loved ones. The feeling of a favorite mug. The taste of your favorite coffee. A trip to a relative's house. Absolutely. I smile when I go see relatives, especially when you haven't seen them in a while. Why, of course. You're going to hug one another. I miss you. I love you. Hearing someone say, I love you, and hearing someone say, I'm sorry. Yes. It makes me feel good that I am cared about and thought about that much. And that makes me feel good. And that does make me smile. Absolutely. The sound of sprinklers. No. The smell of fresh cut grass. No. Even though it's like cut grass is like, okay, that reminds me of summer, but it's not necessarily a smile. The smell of fresh baked bread. Yes. The sound of children playing. Yes. The peace of a quiet house. It's soothing. It's soothing. Getting to work without traffic. That's a relief. Enjoying a hot meal. I told y'all, I love to eat. Taking a warm bath. Absolutely. Absolutely. Not running out of hot water in the shower. Especially, I haven't had that problem, especially since the youngins have moved out, we're like empty nesters over here. So the smell of your favorite lotion. Yeah. A fresh new haircut. a trip to your favorite store, a smell of fresh produce, and the beauty of a garden. The beauty of a garden, yes, absolutely. I agree. I love, because I've seen a lot of people get their gardens together and I enjoy it and I love it. It's amazing. And to just view it and smell it, it does bring smiles to me. But I believe you get the point. Now, you live in your neighborhood and you live in your building, who is receptive, who is just flat out rude and mean. But offer a smile, eye contact. You let a person know I'm looking at you. You're looking at them, then you smile, and then, hey, hello, how are you? If you're not ready to go to hello, how are you, just smile and keep it moving. Get into the nature of practicing smiling. It feels amazing. I was so glad when I came up with this idea for this video because there is many people who don't smile. And you ask them, why? Do you not have nothing to smile about? Is there nothing to smile about? There's plenty to smile about. But you got to know it and you got to believe it. I myself, I feel good. Like I say, I get up in the morning. I give praise, thanks, and appreciation because I am alive and breathing. That is enough for me to just smile from ear to ear. Kirk Franklin has a song called "And I Smile Even When I Know," and I smile. It's just like being grateful. It's so much to smile for and it's so much to be grateful for, but you got to tap into that. You got to believe that. You got to know that. Know that. It took me a long time to get here, you guys. But I also know that all of the work that I put in, all of the trial and tribulations, all of the challenges and obstacles that got me from there to here, it meant something. It meant something. I didn't just survive to just survive. I didn't make it through to make it through. I went through all of that so that I can have the testimonials to be able to say, I get it. I understand. I know. And that allows me to be able to, in turn, come back and give it to you all to say, man, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to start with some smiles. It comes over me. I had a god aunt that used to call me Giggle. She's no longer on this realm with us, but she's like, all you do is giggle. And then I have like her partner in crime, my nana. My nana, she said, you love smile. You always laughing. I said, yeah. But I'm going to tell you something. That's how you know that the individuals that I'm around, when you keep me smiling and laughing, that means that the energy that you're giving me in this environment is good for my soul. It's places that I'll go that I won't even say nothing. I'll just look and I'll answer questions because I feel all of the energy. But when you place me in an environment where it's that my energy just connects and it just feels where it's supposed to be, I'm laughing, I'm smiling, I'm enjoying myself, and people know that. So we're going to go back to the question because we're talking about the power of a smile. That's the name of this video, the power of a smile. It says, how does making eye contact and smiling with the stranger change a neighborhood? I want you to ask yourself that and answer it. And think about that the next time because you got this oral activity that you got to do. You got to sit here and you have to commit out loud to smiling warmly to the next 3 people you see when you go outside. Just smile. See if you get a smile back. If you don't worry about it. Eye contact and smile. Let's bring that energy into these communities. Even down to Ray Ray, even the one on the corner, the one that you say you know what I'm saying? The guys on the block, they could tell you. I speak to them like this all the time. Hello, gentlemen. How y'all doing? Y'all have a good day? All right. Let's get it. They haven't disrespected me. I'm pretty sure that they got a lifestyle that I'm probably not going to get involved in. At the same token, I'm not going to judge them for what they do. I don't know their lifestyle. Have they did anything to me? Nope. But gave me respect to where is it that, yeah, it could be individuals that you may say not in a lifestyle, they did nothing but being disrespectful to me. You say hi and you smile and they sit there, they be ready to curse you out and knock you out. And then when you turn into the angry black woman, now they ready to call the police. But no, you was just in this energy a few minutes ago. You know what I mean? So, but I'm like that. And I love that I'm able to give that. And my community does make me feel that they feel that genuine love and energy I give them. And they've shown me that type of respect. The children, they just navigate to me. They come running to me. They hug me, not to hug them. And trust me, I fuss at them too. If I see them doing something out there that they ain't supposed to be doing, I'm going to tell them. I've broken up fights before. It's just my mother instinct. Because I give a damn, y'all. Michael Jackson told us to start with the man in the mirror who wanted to make the better place. I started with the man in the mirror to do the work. And with the produced results off of the work, it revealed my calling and my purpose. And here I am. And I'm giving back in this way. Because I know it's a lot of love, concern, genuine compassion, understanding, respect, patience that's needed out here. And as many of them don't even think that it is. Somebody had told me, it was like, well, you think that that's all we do out here? I said, is that what you think I think of you? No. No. We all going through our own stuff. We don't know what the next is going to entail. But I bet you, when you walk in your neighborhood and you do that eye contact and you give somebody a smile, it's going to make them feel good. And even if you got to let them know, I'm not interested in you like that, baby. Just have a good day, okay? It's all right. We need more of it. We need more of it. I don't know who this message was intended for, but I pray that each one of you all can take this message and be able to receive it and then share it to somebody else. Let's work on bringing more harmony in our communities because that's the energy that goes into our neighbors, which goes into our homes. And these are the type of people that we begin to form and see more of. I'm not going to take up too much more of y'all time. I appreciate y'all taking the time for me. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you have not. It will be greatly, greatly appreciated. I want to get my videos into the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? I ask you to pass it along because this message might not just resonate with you. It may be able to resonate with someone else so that they can hear it. This is what the whole objective of this podcast to do is to uplift a society when we have so much negative chaos that plagues our community. So why not start with some smile and some good energy, putting in the community so it can vibrate within us. You have been amazing. I want you to enjoy the rest of your day on purpose. And until we see one another again, talk to you soon.